Well, I've been cursed, well, I've been crossed, well, I've been beaten by the ones that get me off. Well, I've been cut, well, I've been opened up, I've been shattered by the ones I thought I loved. You left me here like a chalk outline on the sidewalk, waiting for the rain to wash away, wash away. You keep coming back to the scene of the crime, but the dead can't speak and there's nothing left to say anyway. All you left behind is a chalk outline. Oh, I've been cold in the crypt, but not as cold as the words across your lips. You'll be sorry maybe someday when you reach across the bed where my body used to lay. You left me here like a chalk outline on the sidewalk, waiting for the rain to wash away, wash away. You keep coming back to the scene of the crime, but the dead can't speak and there's nothing left to say anyway. All you left behind is a chalk outline. All you left behind is a chalk outline. All you left behind. You left me here like a chalk outline on the sidewalk, waiting for the rain to wash away, wash away, yeah. You keep coming back to the scene of the crime, but the dead can't speak and there's nothing left to say anyway. All you left behind is a chalk outline. Right. Hey y'all, what's happening? How you doing? We're 3 Days Grace. Thanks for being here and checking us out. Well, we got a question. First thing, we got a question coming in from Frank. And Frank asked, what inspired the song Chalk Outline? And actually, we all kind of wrote Chalk Outline together, and it's a song, you know, that it's a song about feeling like you've been sort of tossed aside and thrown sort of to the wayside and by the closest people around you. So it's a song about feeling like you've been betrayed and kind of let down, and that's what that song's about, really. So yeah, hopefully that answers that question for you. And, let's see here. Green Dude 14. That's quite the handle. What did you guys want to become before you guys started a band? This goes to the 4 of you band. Okay. Katie wants to know if she could have a hug. Yep.
There you go.
Where are you, Kate? No, before we actually, yeah, for me, I mean, I always, from pretty early on, I always wanted to be a musician. I was introduced to music pretty early on in life, so I always knew that I was going to play music, whether it was, you know, in a, I don't know, a band or a small bar, or didn't matter. So, I mean, that's just for me, but the question was for everybody, so.
I kind of wanted to be a hockey player, but just the too many early mornings, I think. You know, we get to do this, we get to sleep in, which is cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so we got, where did the inspiration to write Give Me a Reason come from? from Flavio Farias. If I said that right, Flavio Farias. That's a great name. We might change our band name to Flavio Farias. The inspiration, actually, "Give Me a Reason" is one of my favorite songs on the record, and it's a very personal song, and it really came from some family struggles that I was having with very close family members, and yeah, so I mean that's really where that song came from. It's kind of an angry song in a way, but it's one of my favorites on the record for sure, and I think it's one of the best ones on there. What other bands have we been listening to lately? From Zeneb. Anyone?
Deftones, Nine Inch Nails, Lana Del Rey a little bit. Pretty good record.
Yeah.
Just to name a few.
We listen to everything, really. We're always listening to different stuff. So yeah.
What are you listening to right now, Danny?
Muse's new album is pretty
Muse, the second
Oh
album.
yeah, well, we should introduce Danny. Danny right here is we found Danny on Craigslist, and he is a great piano player, a great singer, and
Thanks, man.
yeah, no problem. No, we this when we recorded this new record, Transit of Venus, we added a lot of new elements, including keyboard parts and different harmonies and synths and all this stuff. So we're not a band that uses tracks. We don't believe in going out on stage if you can't play the songs that you've recorded. So we went out and we found Danny, and Danny is now a key asset for this band, and he's going to be with the band for a long time to come. I can feel it. So this is Danny, everybody. Yeah. Okay. Casey says, "What is your favorite song of all time?" That's a good one. That's a good question. Anybody else? I don't want to be the only one answering every single question here. So.
Well, do we need microphones?
Yeah.
These guys don't have a mic. These guys need some
Hello.
mics.
Hi.
Hey.
I
Hey,
have a
Brad.
microphone. Hey, guys.
How are
Hey,
you?
Bear.
Good. I was talking through my feet, but it wasn't working down there.
Right on.
I can see that.
Favorite song of all time? That's a really hard question.
Very tough
Totally.
question.
That's why I gave it to you.
Oh. Gonna take a minute on that one.
Okay.
Right on. It's not live. It's not live or
It's not
anything. Don't worry
live.
about
Yeah,
it.
It's not
this
like
is
we're-
taped, right?
Yeah. Favorite song of all time? You got one?
Time After Time, Cyndi Lauper.
Cyndi Lauper's "Time After Time."
That's a good
Barry.
one. Boom.
Wow.
That's a good one, Barry.
Wow. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
That's a really great song, man.
Mine's "Killing in the Name" by Rage Against the Machine. We used to listen to that in the hockey dressing room
That's a
and then
good
want
one.
to come out and take people's heads off on the ice. Yeah.
Cool.
It's kind of hard to choose a favorite song, but Bohemian Rhapsody comes to mind as the most accomplished.
Can you
song.
play that for us right now, from start to finish?
Yeah, let's
All
let's
the-
just
We've got a few
listen to
minutes.
this guy. Like, I'm serious about Craigslist too.
I'm gonna mess up a chorus sooner or later.
You're out. You're out.
We can play that song if we want, but all the harmonies and stuff. Okay, so which album of yours did you enjoy writing the most? Shane, thanks for the question. I think I can speak for all of us when I say I think we enjoyed writing this new record the most, only because it was a completely different experience for us. We went into the studio sort of not unprepared, but we had songs that weren't done, completely done. We had songs that were half done, quarter of the way done. Just songs that were, that weren't even written, that we wrote in the studio that ended up being on the record. We spent about 4 months really in the studio this time writing and recording. So, on all the other previous records, we would only spend a month recording. We just finish the songs first and then get them done. But this that was the biggest thing about this record, was that we spent a lot of time in the studio actually writing and recording. So, So there you go. So for I think for all of us, this new record was
definitely
the one that we enjoyed the most, you know. And on that note, let's do a song from the new record. This song actually is called "Time That Remains." It's like don't do as I have done, win where I have lost, have where I have none. Don't let your demons drive. They'll just steer you wrong. You won't get out alive. 'Cause you can't relive the pain. You can't rewind to yesterday. You might never find your place in the time that remains. So if tomorrow never comes from living fast and dying young, I hope the best is yet to come in the time that remains for you. Don't get me wrong, the mistakes I've made along the way made me who I am today. The time is gonna come, you wake up and realize just how fast your life goes by. 'Cause you can't relive the pain, you can't rewind to yesterday. You might never find your place in the time that remains. So when tomorrow never comes from living fast and dying young, I hope the best is yet to come in the time that remains for you. You might never find your place in the time that remains. So if tomorrow never comes from living fast and dying young, I hope the best is yet to come in the time that remains for you. The time that remains for you. The time that remains for you. Oh, the time that remains. Oh, the time that remains. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Moving on. Kendall Lillian is asking, why do you guys wait every 3 years to give us a new album? We don't really wait that long. It's just, it so happens that that's the way that it's gone for us. There's, you know, it's not, we're not on any schedule whatsoever when we make records. You know, basically we put out a record and we tour for about a year and a half to 2 years, and then we get home, we take some time off, and then we start recording again, and then we release a record. So every time it has just basically coincidentally happened every 3 years that our records have come out. You know, this time around when we were on tour, we were writing songs while we were on tour for this new record, trying to make it, about 2 years of a wait maybe, and it ended up still being 3 years. So there's nothing we can do. It's like, you know, we might have to change the band name to 3 Years Grace. Maybe that, I don't know. Liberty, how did you all meet? Liberty asks, how did you all meet? In high school. grade 9.
Yep.
14 years old. I went to school with Neil for a couple years. Went to school with Brad for a couple years. We all kind of had different little bands. Or me and Brad were playing out in Norwood, and we had a band too. But basically, eventually, we all just came together in high school in grade 9. And yeah, that's where we met. So, yeah, Jonathan, what do you guys do on the road in the van to pass time on tour?
That's awesome. We did pay our dues in a van. We had actually it was a short bus that we bought called the what was it called? The Blue Bitch.
The Blue Bitch.
Yeah, and we basically I mean it was all about kind of just we actually pulled it up to a furniture store, and we walked into the furniture place and we were like we need a full living room set, and I said, well, what are you looking for? We said it has to fit through those doors, and we pointed out to the short bus, and so we got couches and stuff and loaded them in there, and we just took off and started touring. Now we're actually fortunate enough we do have a couple buses, and to pass the time we put a little studio in the bus, and we kind of have so we're always sort of working, writing and recording demos and that. That's kind of what we do, a couple guys are into gaming and that, and we do a lot of sleeping. We pass it a lot of time by sleeping, a lot.
You're on a Battlefield 3, right? Is that your game? And I'm on NHL, the new NHL 13.
I'm playing that. What's that? Atari? You know that Atari game?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, Ben says, what's the craziest thing that has been thrown at you when you're on stage? I like that question, Ben. What is the
Barry, you were telling me a story the other day about men's underpants.
Oh, yeah.
That was kind of weird.
We were in Vancouver, and you and I were up playing with Seether. Do you remember that?
Yep.
I was playing acoustic on the thing, and yeah, I looked down. I'm looking down at my feet, and a great big pair of men's underwear landed right at my feet. I looked up, and the biggest guy in the venue was standing out front, waving, cheering me on. It was slightly embarrassing, awesome, but very funny at the same time.
That's a good one. Did you keep them?
What'd you do with them?
I'm not telling.
You do. He put them in his guitar for good luck.
I think one of the crew guys gathered them up and put them in the case with all the other underwear.
All the other underwears. That's probably a smelly case. Anyways.
I guess there was someone threw empty bottle of Jack at us one time and grazed at him and hit the drum kit.
Yeah, that was scary.
That was pretty freaky.
Yeah, I almost got knocked out, concussed. Tony Clerico, whatever. I'm sorry. I see you're all good friends. Who's the biggest prankster of you guys, and what's the best prank? We don't really pull stuff on each other necessarily on the road, because we just get mad at each other and then start punching each other and fighting and everything. So we don't really pull many pranks, but we do pull pranks on other bands, and that happens a lot. The last show of any tour, you tend to, as long as you're friends with the band, you can, the last show of a tour tends to be prank night, and
well, we did once throw water into Neil's shoes and put him in the freezer, and it was his brand new shoes, so he was not impressed.
No, that wasn't cool. Wasn't cool at all.
Well, it wasn't cool that you left your shoes in the front of the bus.
Good chat.
That's fun.
No, we there was Never Set when we they were opening the last show, and so we changed their band name that night to Finger Bang, and hung a big backdrop. Is this PG, by the way, or
no,
what's the deal?
Matter.
We're online. And we basically, they came out on stage to Finger Bang, and people didn't really know what was going on. And then we had like pyro and concussion. Concussion is like a huge explosion. And as they came out, we let one go basically, and so it came out, and Finger Bang went bang, and the crowd didn't know what to think. And then they started booing them, and I started feeling bad about the whole thing.
And while they were playing, we got, I remember we got Lindbergher cheese.
Lindbergher cheese, the
And we
smelliest cheese possible that you can find.
Cheese. Ugh.
And we went, who did it?
I forget.
We got one of our drivers, our bus drivers, to do it for us, so nobody saw any of us do it. But we went to Neverset's van that they were in, and cracked it open, and we jammed a big chunk of that Limburger cheese up and underneath one of their seats, and they had to drive. I think they had a 2-day drive from where we were back to Texas in the heat, and so that was. I don't think they dug that very much.
I think they did a whole tour on that van shortly after.
They did.
I don't think it got much better.
Oh, wow. All right, just looking at some questions here. David, what's your favorite guitar? How many each do you have? We can go around here.
I use Ernie Ball, Music Man Stingrays or Sterlings, and I have, 20 basses or so, somewhere.
I have 4 of yours.
Is that where they were?
Yeah. They're nice. They are. They play great.
Oh, great.
Really nice.
Yeah.
I've got 2 favorites, and one is my Les Paul Black Beauty, and the other one is my Fender Thin Line Relic that I have. So those are my 2 favorites.
My favorites, 1977 Ibanez Destroyer. How many do I have? About 65 of them.
Yeah.
And he lives. What's your address?
Tyson Glasgow, what has been your favorite venue to perform at? The Rock in Rio site in Brazil, I believe, would be our favorite venue. We played a festival in Brazil. I don't know, maybe there's some people from Brazil checking this out right now. And we did a festival in Brazil, and it was incredible. There was about 25,000 people there, and it was insane. And I would say that's for all of us, that was our favorite spot to play. Absolutely. We love Brazil, and we're coming back down.
What's 1X?
1X has got 1X is asking, what are some of the bands you have loved touring with the most?
For me, was we had a chance to open for the Rolling Stones. We did 2 shows opening for them out in Saskatchewan, up in Canada, and it was unbelievable. First of all, the stage was the size of a skyscraper. It was crazy. I didn't even see these guys, basically. And the coolest thing about it was in between the 2 shows there was a night off, and basically the Stones hosted this huge party, and they were the most down-to-earth, like, chill individuals that we had met. And to see guys of that level just be really grounded and interested in our band and having a real conversation and just, like, enjoying the process just like we do is super inspiring. I think it's really, it really sets the stage for the fact, that there are good people in the music industry, and the Stones were amazing. It was a great night.
Thomas, is there anything you get sick of eating when you're on the road?
I get sick of eating sandwiches, man.
Yeah.
And pizza, yeah.
But Chris, our tour manager, who's right here, just continues to order pizza because he
Every
loves
night,
it.
yeah.
So we just eat a lot of pizza and sandwiches.
Thanks a lot, Chris.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Chris.
Thanks, buddy.
Right on,
Hey, why don't
man.
you come in here and show your face?
Nah, yeah.
No, all right, yeah.
He's throwing back a medium back there right now.
A little thin crust action. All right. Jane is asking, what's your favorite holiday? What are your plans for Thanksgiving?
Halloween, of course.
Our Thanksgiving is over.
No, it's this weekend.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know. I guess we'll be on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be on the road. We're going to be on
turkey
tour.
sandwiches somewhere.
Turkey.
It'll be turkey sandwiches
Speaking
or
of
turkey
sandwiches,
pizza.
so
One of the
stovetop.
2. We're not sure yet. Probably turkey pizza with cranberry and potatoes and
Turkey
and
pizza.
stuffing and shit all over it. I don't know. Yeah. So if we ate that, we'd feel some serious pain. So let's do a song. Let's do an old song. We're gonna play you guys another song. This is a song from the record 1X. Check it out. Without love, pain, can't get enough pain. I like it rough, 'cause I'd rather feel pain than nothing at all. You're sick of feeling numb. You're not the only one. I'll take you by the hand, show you a world that you can understand. This life is filled with hurt when happiness doesn't work. Trust me and take my hand. When the lights go out, you'll understand. Pain without love, pain, can't get enough pain. I like it rough, 'cause I'd rather feel pain than nothing at all. Pain without love, pain, can't get enough pain. I like it rough, 'cause I'd rather feel pain than nothing at all. Anger and agony are better than misery. Trust me, I've got a plan, and when the lights come up, you'll understand. Pain without love, pain, can't get enough pain. I like it rough, 'cause I'd rather feel pain than nothing at all. Pain without love, pain, can't get enough pain. I like it rough, 'cause I'd rather feel pain than nothing. Rather feel pain. I know that you're wounded. You know that I'm here to save you. You know I'm always here for you. I know that you'll thank me later. Pain without love, pain, I can't get enough pain. I like it rough, 'cause I'd rather feel pain than nothing at all. Pain without love, pain, can't get enough pain. I like it rough, 'cause I'd rather feel pain than nothing at all. Pain without love, pain, can't get enough pain. I like it rough, 'cause I'd rather feel pain than nothing at all. Rather feel pain than nothing at all. Rather feel pain. Nice. Yeah. Good job. Good job. Good job. Okay, so, all right. Melissa Campbell asks, what's your favorite drink, alcohol and or non?
I like Grey Goose myself. Yep.
I like a good India Pale Ale, cold frosty beer. So if anyone has one here,
Help me.
I don't really, I don't drink booze, so I mean, I'm a monster sort of energy drinker, really, to tell you the truth. So that's me.
Pineapple juice. Brother. I like the pineapple.
It's a good one.
Danny, what about you, man? What's your favorite drink?
Apple juice.
Hey,
whoa, you're badass.
Some drinking boxes.
Sean, do you guys play any other instruments? Yeah, I play the accordion. Alana, what were you guys' first impressions of each other?
Oh man.
I remember the first time you brought him to my house. I was convinced you were stealing stuff from my house.
Me? Yeah.
Yeah, you were a little bit shady looking,
Really?
in a good way. I don't know. I thought you were ripping me off.
I wasn't stealing anything, man.
Sweet. I like you, man.
I love you, man.
You're crazy.
Have you guys ever been starstruck? Anyone? Been really starstruck?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, a couple times. There's been,
It's usually like sports player, like, you know,
yeah.
Wayne Gretzky.
Wayne what?
Yeah.
Gretzky.
The Wayner.
Okay, we got to get this straight, and we're going to get it straight right now.
Wayne Gretzky.
Okay, the K doesn't come before the T in Wayne Gretzky.
Gretzky. Gretzky.
Gretzky.
You got it. You say it one more time?
Wayne Gretzky. Was awesome. I love him. No, I didn't know what to say to Wayne. I was like, that's just the Canadian in me.
I hear you, man.
What about when you met Michael Douglas yesterday?
I was just going to say, yesterday.
That was pretty cool.
We were at the Sony building and I met Michael Douglas, got a picture with him, which was kind of cool.
Yeah. Pretty badass.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. Sorry, guys. James, what do you miss most about home when you're on the road? Being on the road's kind of strange because you love being on the road and you love playing shows, and you're out there for a while, and after a few weeks you kind of feel like you miss home and you want to go home, but once you get off tour and you get home, you're like, I want to get back out on tour. So it's kind of up and down thing. But when we're out on the road, what do we miss most at home? I mean, family and friends, really.
Yeah.
I mean, the people that kind of keep us in check and keep us grounded. You know what I mean? That's what I miss anyway when we're out. Mary asks, what would your dream collaboration be? That's a good one.
That's a good one.
How about Trent Reznor? That'd be cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yep. Got a lot of respect for that guy. I think this record was sort of influenced by some of his vibe.
Yeah. Yeah. We were actually listening to a lot of old Nine Inch Nails when we were kind of working on this new record, Transvenous, which definitely contributed some new elements to this record. So, yeah. Nine Inch Nails. Yeah, Trent Reznor would be cool to work with, for sure.
Sarah? What do we do when we are traveling, when we're not playing shows? We all kind of go do our own thing a little bit. I like to play golf. I like to just get out and nice sunny day and play around the golf.
I usually play some baseball, work on my knuckleball.
I eat.
Sandwiches.
I eat good food. I go try to find good food and eat it.
Favorite
Miranda,
actor?
who's your favorite actor? Let's do this.
Clint Eastwood.
Michael J. Fox?
Why did you question that?
Because that's the first thing that came in my head, and it
Cool.
seemed wrong.
Al Pacino.
Robin Williams.
Robert De Niro.
Boom.
Oh, how's that?
And
All
then
right.
Screech.
Boom.
The guy that played Screech.
Nobody knows his name. What is his name?
I don't know.
Dustin.
What? Dustin something. Screech, yeah. Let's not talk about that guy. Jesse, what are 3 things that you could not live without? I'd say I couldn't live without my family, my guitar, and my Xbox. Moving on.
Water, guns, and ammo.
Yeah, nice.
You're scary, man.
Yeah.
Daniel.
When things go down, I'll be with this guy.
Hey, my Xbox, man.
Oh yeah.
We can play some vids.
Totally.
Shake things down.
Sweet. No, I'm gonna stick with the ammo guy.
Yeah, I might too, actually. I'll drop my shit and run to the place. Daniel is asking, what's the most memorable gift that you've gotten from a fan? Those LSD-laced muffins were pretty crazy, but
Yeah, that was an awesome night.
That was different.
yeah, that night got weird.
Don't give people ideas. Let's not eat muffins in the near future.
No, we've gotten a lot of cool stuff from fans. We get pictures, and we get a lot of stuff. But the baked goods we stay away from. Ken, what's the most beautiful and the most dangerous places you've traveled to?
Brazil.
Yeah. It was both.
Yeah.
It's
Both
our
in one.
favorite,
It was
most
both.
beautiful,
It was,
dangerous place ever.
Yeah. It was amazing.
It was cool.
We've been all over the place. We went to Japan. That was really nice. Where else? We've been to
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam. That was dangerous.
That was dangerous.
Yeah. Nice, beautiful place.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's why. Yeah. Well. What? Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Darren. Thanks, guys, for the questions so far. We really appreciate it. Let's move on to another song from our new record, Transit of Venus, which is out now. This song is called Anonymous. In my mind, worlds collide, something inside me is gone. But still I keep holding on. In my mind, oceans divide, I don't know where I belong. But still I keep holding on and on. I get by in a world with no conscience by shutting it out and being anonymous. And the problem is, you're just like me. We get by in a world with no conscience by shutting it out and being anonymous. In my mind, worlds collide and something inside me is gone. But still I keep going on. In my mind, oceans divide and I don't know where I belong. But still I keep holding on and on. I get by in a world with no conscience by shutting it out and being anonymous. And the problem is, you're just like me. We get by in a world with no conscience by shutting it out and being anonymous. Anonymous. Hello, 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 hello. Is there anybody out there? Hello, 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 hello. I get by in a world with no conscience. I try and I try, but I am anonymous. And the problem is, you're just like me. I get by in a world with no conscience by shutting it out and being anonymous. And the problem is, you're just like me. We get by in a world with no conscience by shutting it out and being anonymous. We feel so anonymous. We feel so anonymous. All right. There you go, Anonymous from the new record, Transit of Venus. Thanks again, guys, for hanging out with us here on live stream.
Shane asks, do you have any plans for tonight? Whoa.
Shane, is there any chance you threw men's underwear at Barry a while ago? There was a guy, Eli, asked about the artwork on the record.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was interesting how that came together. We were just kind of hanging out, killing time in the studio, and there was like this sort of bookshelf there in the studio that had a bunch of cool books. And there was one that was like a graffiti art sketchbook from Brazil, actually. And And we were just leafing through it, just checking it out, and we came across this painting that would end up being the front cover of the album. And the only information that was in there is that it was painted by this guy named Tino. I guess that's his alias, is Tino, and he was from Sao Paulo, Brazil. And so we were like, wow, I wonder if maybe we could Google him. So we checked it out and found a blog that he had been writing. He's kind of, I think he's a skateboarder, traveler, kind of graffiti artist, travels all over the place and stuff, writes a blog. And so I sent him an email. Actually, his email address was in the blog with my phone number, and he called me like half an hour later from Brazil. And he was totally down with, talking about using his artwork, and he actually told me that there was an entire collection that he did around that era of multiple paintings that kind of had a common thread going through them. So we checked them out, fell in love with them, and that was it. We had his artwork, and he was down for it, so that became the concept.
All right. We don't have a name on this one. If you could compare Chalk Outline to any other song that you've written, what would it be and why? And I think you and I kind of answered this question today. Earlier, we were talking about how, when we recorded this record, how we were, we wanted to stay away from overdoing it with guitars. And, there's so many bands that go in the studio and just, and it's something that we've done in the past too on our previous records, is you just tend to, as a rock band, layer guitar over guitar over guitar over guitar. You got so many guitar tracks, like 8 tracks of guitar. So I mean, on this record, what we wanted to do was, completely stay away from that. Try to just make it a little bit more real. So you're not, so we added synth sounds. Heavy sort of, heavy synth sounds over the guitar, and just to keep it a little bit more real. So really, guitar-wise, there's only one real solid track that runs through, most of the record. So that's the difference really for the not only Chalk Outline but the entire record. Yeah.
Ryan, whether we have any pets? I have 2 cats, Romeo and Elvis. I have a python, a box turtle, and a bearded dragon.
It's weird, man.
Yeah.
Where do you live?
You've never been to my place.
Do you live in a cave?
Yeah, it's a bit of a zoo. It's cool though. Yeah, reptiles they're really they really warm up to you, man.
Yeah. Turtles do.
Oh, the turtles, man. We're like.
It's awesome. Maybe then we'll get the turtle to join the band.
Road turtle.
What are you guys' favorite tattoos? Well, I mean, it's a tough one. I think mine, I've got Never Too Late tattooed on my arm, and it was my very first tattoo, which makes it significant. So there's a band in the Never Too Late lyrics that, I think that's my favorite one. What about you, Bear? You got some tats, right?
My favorite's Neil's. I like
Hey,
his.
thanks, man. This is awesome. I feel like we're bonding on live. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird, but cool.
How was it working with Don Gilmore? Gabriel asks, how was it working with Don Gilmore on the new record? Did you work with any other producers? No, we just worked with Don strictly on this record, and it was a really great experience. We wanted to mix things up, and we met with Don, and he's done some really great records in the past, and we just hung out with him for a couple days, got a vibe for him, and we all sort of, we got along, and I think we all realized that we had the same vision. He wanted to kind of get us back to our roots, and we wanted to move forward. So there was just a good connection right off the top with Don Gilmore, and then in the studio, he was a really hands-on producer, and you don't find many of those type of producers these days. there's a lot of producers that don't do anything these days, really, to tell you the truth. And Don was, every day in the studio that we were working, he was the first one in the studio and he was the last one to leave. And it was really cool working with a guy like that. So it was great working with him. And yeah. Tony, what topic do you enjoy writing about most? I mean, we write about everything, life experiences, everything we've been through, love, life, death, tragedy. I mean, everything, anything that we've been through, that we've seen, that our friends have gone through. We just write about real things that have happened in our lives, and so it's pretty natural, yeah. Is there going to be a music video for Chalk Outline, David is asking. Yes, there is, actually, and it's going to be out tomorrow. So Tomorrow. Yeah.
That's cool.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah,
you're in it. You're in
You're in it too, man.
So,
Did you know that you're in the video, or?
yeah, I remember that. I
Oh, yeah.
remember being there.
Yeah.
That's good. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently we shot a video in Brooklyn, New York. We shot a video for Chalk Outline, and apparently I have heard that it comes out tomorrow. Could be wrong, I don't know, but I was told that it comes out tomorrow, being Friday. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, Rick, what's your what is your songwriting process? Do you usually come up with music or lyrics first? There's no real
formula.
There's no real formula to the songwriting process. It's all over the place. I could have a melody in my head first, or Barry could have some guitar part, or Barry could have a melody in his head, and I could have some guitar part. And basically we all just sit around and put our ideas together and try to write the best songs that we can. Really. So there's not like a formula that we go through just to. But a lot of the times it does start with music. It starts with somebody strumming something on a guitar and then takes off from there for the most part. Hannah is asking, what are you looking forward to most in the next few months? And what's next for the band? Well, we're spending the month of October this month touring, playing small clubs in the U.S., and after that, we're taking a couple months off, and then next year, in January, we're gonna hit the road, and we're gonna do a big tour, North American tour, probably start in Canada, come down to the U.S. So, yeah, so tour this month, take a couple months off, and then really come out strong and see you guys all over the place. So, and. Yeah. On that note, I just want to say thank you all for checking us out on live stream here. It's been awesome. We've had a really fun time here. It's been cool, something different for us, and it's been a good experience. Thank you for all your questions, and make sure you stay connected with us as well on our website and on our Facebook page. We run our Facebook page, all of us, and we're always on there. So. That's where you can really connect with us. So, on that note, we're gonna play one more song, and it's a song from our record 1X. It's called "Never Too Late." Thank you guys again, and we hope to see you very soon. This world will never be what I expected, and if I don't belong, who would have guessed it? I will not leave alone everything that I own to make you feel like it's not too late, it's never too late. And even if I say it'll be alright, still I hear you say you want to end your life. Now and again we try to just stay alive. Maybe we're turning around 'cause it world will ever see the side reflected. And if there's something wrong, who would have guessed it? And I have left alone everything that I own to make you feel like it's not too late. It's never too late. Even if I say it'll be alright, still I hear you say you want to end your life. Now where can we try to just stay alive? Maybe we'll turn it around, 'cause it's not too late. It's never too late. But we will won't come back. The time we've lost, we can't get back. The life we had won't be ours again. This world will never be what I expected. And if I don't belong,